Okay, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders at GMS. Okay, and salutation, peace, and blessings to your hopeful elect of the children of Israel. Okay, you faith-based Israelite as well. All right, I'm going into this Daniel's 1 because the Spirit hit me. This Daniel 1 hit me from watching this foul video. Something I love eating salmon, and I've already knew this, but I was blessed to get this video here to actually show the proof of it, and because we've been saying it for years, because we've seen it years ago. I've seen it actually maybe a good 12, 13 years ago, finding out how they defiled the hell out of salmon, man. And there's a reason why this devil is doing it, and it's right here in this. And it's mentioned right here in Daniel 1 why this devil is actually doing it. All right. But here's the video here. Here's the video here.
Move over, wild and farmed salmon. A genetically engineered cousin is a step closer to the market. Long touted as safe by AquaBounty, the company that has been swimming upstream seeking regulatory approval for about 20 years.
The risk is as minimum as you could ever expect to get with any product.
Now, the Food and Drug Administration in the U.S. agrees, ruling there is no meaningful differences between the engineered salmon and its conventional counterpart. From a landlocked lab on PEI, the eggs injected with a gene from an eel called an ocean pout and one from a...
And you see an eel is an lawful to eat, an eel. An eel is nothing but a snake in the lakes or the oceans or whatever. And you know snake is an lawful to eat as well. Devil gotta go, man.
From a landlocked lab on PEI, the eggs injected with a gene from an eel called an ocean pout and one from a Chinook salmon are flown to tanks in Panama to be grown to market size. Now, with this ruling, they are cleared for sale in the United States without any labeling required. These genetically modified fish can grow to market size.
Did you hear that? Without any labeling required.
Move over, wild and farmed salmon.
It popped out like that.
There was actually an increased...
Modified fish can grow.
Well, anyway, you heard the without any labeling required. So this devil, I mean, come on, man, this devil that's why we call him the devil, you know? He's a deceiver, man. He's a deceiver. He's a goddamn devil, man. This is foul. And I love salmon. You know, it's hard to even find somebody that don't. You know, there's so many ways to eat. I prefer to eat it, cook it over an open fire. You know, get that skin, get it crunchy. You know. But let me go back to these scriptures here. Again, there's a reason why this devil is doing this. Where was I at? Here we go. I'm gonna start at the top. Probably end up reading all the way down to the test of Daniel. It says here, in the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Jerusalem and besieged it. Just like we're under siege right now. Here in Babylon, we're under siege. We're under a wicked rulership. Okay, this is the spirit here. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of the Most High, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his power. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his power. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish. See, you get a clue now. Children in whom was no blemish. And that ultimate goal, these devils is on a sinister mission to destroy the elect. They're trying behind the scenes. This is the big picture. These devils is trying to change prophecies. They're trying to rob the birthright back. So there's a sinister plot behind everything this stinking ass devil does. Okay, so children in whom was no blemish. These were Israelites. Okay, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning and knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them, the Chaldeans being Americanized, and the king appointed them a daily provisions of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof that might stand before the king. Now among these were the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the princes of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah and Shadrach, and to Mishael and Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. Okay, but Daniel's purpose in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. See, that's a conscious effort, the effort these devils is making to defile you, man. The whole point is that look Most High, that look at your people, look at what they're doing. This is a devil, man. This is a goddamn devil. And to defile, he said, what is it? That he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. Okay, let me do this here. Pollute, desecrate, to be defiled, be polluted, to be desecrated or removal from priesthood, to pollute, stain, to defile oneself. I was looking for a more deeper meaning. Through the ideal of freeing, repudiating, to soil or figuratively desecrate, defile, pollute, or stain. And through the spirit, just how a lot of us brothers feel when we go off and make a mistake, or we feel defiled, man. We feel, we feel bad. So that's why we work like hell to do the best that we can, man. And that's all that Yahweh Shai is requiring of us, to do the best that we can. And like the video said, that they don't even have to market and tell you these things, man. I mean, it's why it's important to continue to pray. Pray before you eat. Hell, pray after you eat. Cease, pray. The scripture says pray without ceasing, period. Because the days we're living in are absolute evil at its maximum, man. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Salmon of all things, man. Solely more or spoil. Spoil. You ever opened up some spoiled milk carton? And I do my best not to drink too much of that milk, man. Because that milk that's some poisonous shit itself. Open up a carton of spoiled milk. I haven't smelt it in years. But some spoiled milk, desecrate or profane. Desecrate or profane, all right? Defiled. Okay? There's another scripture I just thought of. I got to pull it up somewhere. Let me go back. It's this whole purpose of this devil. He wants to destroy the children of Israel by sinister means. Some means deaths may come quick. There are some means that death may take longer. It's a slower death where you pretty much are suffering and experiencing all type of difficulties and pain. So it says here, now the Most High had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink, for why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head up to the king. Then Daniel said to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. So all he wanted was water and vegetables. I'm not sure if pulse is fruit as well. I'm not sure. Well, we can look it up. Here, let me do this. Pulse. I should have known they weren't going to go into it. Let me do it this way. Pulse. I know it's veggies. Zerah. Vegetables. Something sown only in the plural. A vegetable as food. Pulse. I can imagine the veggies back then. Like the veggies we eating today, man, are defiled. Aren't producing any of their natural flavors. You know. They sow scattered seed. Hidden seed. Okay. And vegetables are sown. Then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So this ultimate goal, this stinking ass devil, is to destroy us, man. Period. It's to destroy us. All right. Let me go back to this video.
To market size twice as fast as farmed fish, costing a lot less to feed. But opponents say this ruling is based on poor science.
There was actually an increased risk of allergy, an increased allergenic potential, but that was based on a sample size of 6 fish, which is too small.
And our concern is the risk to wild Atlantic salmon, that these GM salmon can escape and can reproduce with wild Atlantic salmon, causing genetic contamination.
Even those in the salmon farming business in Canada are distancing themselves from what critics are calling Frankenfish.
When genetically modified fish are deemed safe by all of the regulatory bodies, and as well until the market demands it, and that's really a key factor, we're not going to be pursuing it.
The company has applied for approval to market the salmon to consumers in this country, and Health Canada says it will consider it carefully. But even opponents here say it's quite likely the regulator will follow the lead of its American counterpart.
Will follow the lead of this American counterpart. All right, here we go. Ezekiel 4:13. That's why we got to get out of here. What did Apostle Tahar declare 2023 as the year of the hopeful year of that these prophecies take effect? I know I may have quoted wrong. I have to go listen to the video again so I can get it correct, write it down, and repeat it enough times so I can remember it. All right. Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And this is because this is a controlled ass whooping that happened to us because we disregarded, we listened, and we didn't listen, and we went off and did our own thing. So the Most High punished us, man. You know? But hopefully this is the last year of this nightmare, defiled here. So man, unclean, impure, ethically and religiously, ritually, okay? Foul in a religious sense, defiled, infamous, polluted again, unclean. Unclean. All right. So again, little man, I wish it happened yesterday that we're out of here. You know. So again, stay strong. Shalom.